Today, it's not just a victory for them, but it's a victory for the rule of law. It's a reminder that no one is above the law, and it's timely that governments are told that they have to stay within the boundaries of the law. We can hope now that our clients and many others can dream of a safer and better future. Thank you.
Where does the government go now? Because the potential is that they go back and renegotiate the deal with Rwanda or another country.
They will have to consider and read carefully what the Supreme Court has said in this judgment. The Supreme Court was unanimous and very clear as to why they were concerned and ultimately held that the policy is unlawful. They have to take into account not just the European Convention of Human Rights. The Supreme Court was clear that this country's domestic law and many other international conventions apply when it comes to the government applying or deciding whether or not they can remove asylum seekers to third countries.
Have you been able to speak to any of your clients yet about the result?
Not yet.
And Sky News, do you think that the government's Rwanda policy is now over, that they have to think again?
Well, this current policy has been declared unlawful. The Supreme Court has effectively struck it down. We'll have to see what the government does next.
And what do you think of Swella Braverman's view that actually it would be better for the government to pull out of the ECHR in order to get this policy going?
The ECHR is one of many international instruments, one of many international conventions that make it very clear that this country, and in fact this country's laws itself, are very clear as to how that you should respect the human rights of asylum seekers.
What do you think of it then? Do you think she's being, if it's not workable, she shouldn't do it? They won't begin to think about it?
I would say a former Attorney General and a lawyer herself should have the respect for the rule of law, and that's what the Supreme Court has held today.
Toufique, what do you think swung it for you? This case was it the intervention of the United Nations?
The UNHCR's evidence was absolutely key, and the evidence before the court, before the Court of Appeal, and indeed the Supreme Court, was very careful and very clear that there is a real risk, a substantial real risk of refoulement and ill treatment if these individuals go to Rwanda. And the evidence and the UNHCR were clear throughout, and that's what the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court has accepted.
What do you think the future is for asylum seekers nowadays in this country?
Well, that's not for me to comment on. We can only represent our clients to the best of our ability, and it gives at least those asylum seekers some hope that this country, the highest court in this country, has confirmed that there is respect for human rights and dignity for all who come here for international protection.
Congratulations and well done.
Thank you.
Just final question. Were you always confident that you were going to win this case?
No.
You weren't?
But
why not?
Well, because it's a difficult case. We were always confident with the evidence of our claimants and of the UNHCR, absolutely. We were always confident that we had a very strong case and we put it to the courts properly. But you can never be confident in a case like this.